you may want to do a business. You want to create a very profitable business. You work for it, you're trying to get it and all of that, but you're not getting it. It is okay. That will not give you as much, it will not give you karma. But you are feeling stuck. You are not even trying and decided to be stuck in that same thought current without expanding your thought current gives you karma. You're all catching it. So, what is important is not that whether you're getting the result or not. You just need to work on constantly moving, and doing so that you're not stuck. That is why there's a very powerful line in Bhagavad Gita, one of my most favorite lines, one of the most popular verses of the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna declares, Karmanyevadhikaraste ma paleshu kadachanaha ma karma palaheturbhur mate sangostva karmani. He tells, you have a right only to work, but never to the fruits, the outcome of the action. Never let the fruit of the action be your motive. Never let your attachment to be to inaction. Understand, it's such a powerful statement. He's saying, Karmanye vadikaraste ma paleshu kadachanaha ma karma palahetur bhor mate sangastva karmani. Whenever you are stuck in a place without moving, without consistently taking a step, understand that is your karma. That is exactly where you are stuck. The fruit of the action doesn't decide your karma. The thought current, if you are stuck in a place without expanding, you are creating the karma for you there. Now, I request every one of you, all the participants here, decide to not be stuck. Even in power manifestation, whenever you are stuck, you create a karma. See, at least if you are trying, it is okay. You are trying and it is not yet coming for you, that is okay. It's not a problem. But before even trying, if you decide to give up, that creates a karma for you. Okay, there are some very nice questions, so I'll answer it one by one. So first one, Karine Shivnadar is asking, do you mean that if we try to explain what Swamiji teaches us through social media, it is bad karma? Or is this just to get an audience and not to help people? Or if it is just to get an audience and not help people? Seema, if your thought current is, let me enrich, even when I make a post on social media, let my context be enriching, it gives you the greatest of punya. It is not bad karma. Even if you give $1 billion in charity, but if your thought current is, oh, let me gain new fame through this, let a lot of people praise me. If that is your motive behind that action, it doesn't give you the desired result.
Yes. You understand like how Swamiji was saying, right? Cosmos does not do video recording. It only does audio recording. What is running inside of you? See, there's a beautiful story. So there's a great Brahmin, like a priest, who is learning the scriptures, and he's living a very pious life. And right opposite to his house, there is a courtesan. And every day, there'll be many men who will be coming in and going to that person's house. And this guy would be boiling inside, cursing her, what kind of a life she's living and what a worse life, etc. So time comes, on the same day, both of them leave their body. One goes to Krishna, the courtesan, her soul goes to heaven, and the priest's soul goes to hell. The priest is shocked. He says, what is this? I have lived such a pious life, and she has lived such a worse life. What do you mean by putting me to hell and putting her to heaven? God laughs and says, even though her body was engaged in all immoral activities, that is why now her body is rotting. There is no one to take care of that body. You lived a pious life through your body, but your context inside, the cognitions inside, you were constantly only thinking about who is coming and going there and what kind of an immoral life she is living. Whereas her mind was always fixed on me, which is why she came to me. And since you were cherishing these thought currents, this is the karma you need to go through. Understand? It is the thought currents that we cherish. Any action, simple smile from the cognition to enrich will enrich you, expand you, will not cause bad karma for you. You're understanding, Ma? It is the thought currents from which you are operating. Ashni Gujadhar is asking, I feel very angry often. Then it is a karma. But how can I get rid of this karma? Completion. Understand. We all have maximum some 10 thought currents that are there inside us. Just 10. 10 or lesser than 10. These thought currents are like running like one stuck gramophone. Same sound again and again and again and again inside us. So it's like going on. And you go on struggling with those thought currents, stuck in those thought currents, suffocated in those thought currents. So when you're stuck in from that, any action you do, decide to free yourself from that, you are liberated from karma. Meaning, if you sit and do completion, it can be completion, unclutching, using powerful cognitions, any technique. Decide to break free from that. For anger, Mahashni Gujadhar, since you asked specifically about anger, Swamiji gives an excellent, powerful technique for this. Mahashni Gujadhar, can you wave your hand, sir? I'm just trying to search for you on Zoom. Not able to see you. Please, could you wave your hands? Mahashni Gujadhar. Okay, yes, I see you now. Nithyananda. Okay, so Swamiji says very powerfully, if you want to get rid of anger, your anger itself is pure energy. It can never be destroyed. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. But you can start channeling to something else. You have trained yourself now. So there's a set of reactions. If you see 5 years before how you were reacting to now what kind of reactions you're having, it'll be very similar. The pattern, the trend would be very similar. Why not just 5 years before? For last 10, 20 years, we have been stuck with those kind of reactionary patterns in us. If I get angry, this are the thought currents that would run in me. And this is what you say when you work with these different softwares, you set up something called macros, right? Like where you set up certain steps, step 1, step 2, step 3, and then it runs on its own like that. We have set up some macros inside us where every time we react in a certain way, we have an automated reactions that are running inside of us. It's like a play button gets pushed every time you get angry. But there is a way. Start channeling it towards doing some physical activity. You can do push-ups, you can do sit-ups, you can run, do some exercise like physical activity without reacting to that situation. Just express that intense energy into something else. Do something physically. Like, for example, let's say you get really angry, take the broom and start sweeping the house. Like, even a simple activity like that. People will start knowing, okay, so she's angry. But it'll really help you to not get affected by that anger. Instead, you would become and you will also start becoming very physically strong. it will further help you in not getting caught by the reactionary patterns. You see, many people, actually, some people do this. You'll see some people, if they've failed in their life, if they've broken up in their relationships, they're not able to handle that anger. If they channel it towards building their physical body, you would see all of them will have such a strong physical body. Because anger is an intense energy. If you channel it to something else, especially the physical activities, you will really become strong. And second, when some reaction you're not able to handle, right? Like, for example, you really can't handle to not get irritated at certain things. You get really irritated. You feel like, let's say, clenching your teeth. At such situations, Swamiji has given an amazing technique from Shiva Sutras, where Swamiji has revealed, just decide you will not move your body for that reactions. For example, you feel extremely lazy, okay? You feel like really lazy. Even for that, just decide you would not move till that laziness gets out of your system. Just say, I just want you out of my system right now. I will not even blink my eyes or breathe, like just freeze. Try it out and see, extremely powerful. That reaction will not have power over you anymore. You would become a master of that.
Actually, I wanted to answer the same to Ma Vimala Nambiar's question. Ma Vimala Nambiar had asked, if I'm irritated with something or someone, does that become karma? If I complete with that reaction, does that mean the karma gets wiped out? It's a very beautiful question. And I would like to answer that. One of my most favorite ways that Swamiji has revealed the truth. See, have you all seen that meme where they'll show the domino effect, like you push the planks from here and it'll just go and it'll come back and fall on you? Like, basically it just says everything that you give, life gives you back. Somebody explained it so beautifully. I'll never forget this one definition, and I'm sure each of you will click with it. See, every time you initiate an action, okay, you are creating a karma chakra. For example, it's like boomerang. If I throw the boomerang, it has to go hit and it has to come back to me. I am initiating an action, a karma chakra. Okay. If I am getting involved in a conflict that someone else is starting, then I am becoming part of their karma chakra, which means I am bound. I am also initiating an action. The moment you get irritated, please understand, the person, whether they're doing right or wrong, the moment they are triggering an action, they have initiated a karma chakra, which means they are going to be that the result of their action is going to come back to them. They are going to be experiencing the repercussions of the thought current they've initiated. If you are getting irritated, if you are getting angry, if you are reacting, you are also initiating a karma chakra, which means by the time one gets complete, you're starting the next one. You're starting the next one. You are getting stuck in this vicious cycle because that person tells, you tell, that person tells, you tell. This whole vicious cycle happens. Now, Swamiji tells, neither trying to push it nor trying to stop is going to work. Just walk out of that karma chakra. Just decide to get up and walk out of that. Means neither getting irritated nor suppressing the irritation is a solution. Decide to drop. That karma will become redundant to you. There's a very beautiful story of Valmiki. All of you should know Valmiki is the great Maharshi who wrote Ramayana. Okay. In his life, he was a thief earlier on. He was not a great saint from his birth. So, when he was a thief, for him, he used to go, everyone that comes on the street, he used to go and he used to threaten them and he used to get the jewelry or money, whatever they have, and he used to run his family. Once, Devarishi Narada, he walks, he's walking in that forest, Valmiki, who is a thief, then he jumps onto the street and he tells, "Give me whatever you have." Narada says, "I have nothing. There is nothing that I have." But for the first time, when Valmiki is looking at him, he's feeling something is shaking in him. That person is there, and something is shifting in Valmiki. It's not normal. He's feeling something different about this person. And then Narada asks him, "Okay, what are you doing this for? Like, what for you're doing this? Give up all this stealing, everything." He tells, "No, no, my whole family is depending on me. They will give me whatever they want. They'll give me their life. So I am stealing for them." Then Narada very beautifully tells him that, "I'm telling you, end of your life, nothing is going to come with you other than your devotion to Rama." Like that, Narada says. Then Valmiki says, "No, you're joking. My family is going to come with me. They're all going to be with me. They'll give their life for me." Narada says, "Listen, I will wait right here. Just go and ask your family and come back. When you leave the body, who will come with you?" Valmiki says, "You're trying to trick me to send me home." He says, "I promise you, I will stand here. I'll not even move from here." Somehow Valmiki trusts this Narada. He goes home. He asks his parents. First, he asks his wife. He's given his whole life to his wife. So he asks his wife, "Hey dear, when I leave the body, will you come with me?" The wife looks at him and she smiles and she says, "I love you so much, but you need to understand we also have a children. We have a future. If you leave the body and if I'm not there with them, who will take care? So I'm sorry, I will not be able to come with you." Valmiki is shocked. Anyways, he goes to his son and then he tells, "Oh son, when I leave the body, will you, if I, instead of me, will you be able to go?" The son says, "What? Father, you have lived enough life. I still have a big future to live. How can I leave my body and come with you? No, no, I can't." By this time, Valmiki is heartbroken. He goes to his old parents who are anyways going to die soon. So he's asking them, "At least will you both accompany me?" They are shocked and they say, "Why should we? Anyways, we are going to die soon. Why, if you have to go today, why should we come with you right now?" Valmiki is so dejected. He goes back to Narada, realizing that it's the futility of the whole thing. Then Narada tells that, "I will give you now the only possession you wanted to steal, right? I will give you the greatest wealth I have. I'll give you Rama Nama." He says, "Rama, Rama, Rama, Rama." Just chant Rama, Rama, Rama. You will get everything that you want. That time Valmiki asks a beautiful question. He tells, "Oh, Narada, all my life I have only been a thief. I have done so much of karma. Now, how will that whole karma leave me? Is it easy? I have killed so many people." Narada tells beautifully, "If you decide now, this moment, if you decide to walk out of that karma chakra, means you know it is not right and you have done it. So you want to liberate yourself from that karma chakra. If this moment you decide, the whole past is burnt." I'll tell you, nobody remembers Valmiki based on his past as a thief. Only when you go and search, Google something, 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 you will find out. If the moment Valmiki is revered as a great Maharishi by the whole world, how? He chose to walk out of the karma chakra he initiated. That walking out of the karma chakra is what is completion. So, Ma Vimla Nambiar, your answer is right. The moment you decide to liberate yourself from the karma chakra, you are completely liberating yourself. See, you might have killed and eaten so much of non-veg. But when you realize it is wrong and you have walked out of that action, initiating that karma chakra, you are liberated from all the karmas of eating that non-veg.
One important thing, it's not you completing the action alone. You may complete one particular action that you have done where once you got angry, but that alone will not liberate you from the karma. Only when you complete the very root pattern, when you are liberating yourself from the pattern which made you do a particular action, you get liberated from the karma.
Seg is asking, the karmas that we accumulate, if we are not able to remove them before we die, what happens after we die, please? Based on the karma, the thought current. See, karma is the thought current that you're stuck with. If you constantly entertain, ferment the thought current that the best thing in life is just to have, just to have Coke, just to have Pepsi, just to have your favorite burger, pizza, that is the best thing in life. When you leave the body, you will entertain that thought current only. And to fulfill that thought current, in complete it in next birth, you will take birth with the same thought pattern that you left here. You will continue fulfilling that in the next life. If you leave your body, when you leave your body, if you say surrendering to the divine is the best thing in life, you will assume a body which will lead you to enlightenment. That's why there's a beautiful term in Hinduism called yoga brashtas, who are almost about to reach enlightenment, but some reason they just leave the body. Their whole karma is taken, carried over. There are beautiful terms: prarabdha karma, sanchita karma, agamya karma. So, if you have karma is like the desires, the unfulfilled desires you have in your bank account. Whole life, if you chant constantly Coca Cola, Pepsi, Coca Cola, Pepsi, and don't think at the last moment suddenly you'll remember and chant Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, and you'll get liberated. No, it doesn't work like that. What you cherish through your life, that is what you'll carry at the time of your death, and that is what you'll assume in the next birth also. If you ferment the right, powerful thought currents in your inner space, in the next birth, you will continue from where you left it. So that seeking will continue.
How many of you are enjoying learning about karma newly? How many of you feel like, God, this is so new for me? Because I always thought karma means equivalent to action. Because I mean, that's how is a general understanding, right? How many of you are enjoying it? Please take a few minutes and share it with us.
Yes, ma, me, ma, Priyatma Surupni is posting.
Okay, I like Pankaj Kankaraya is asking, I like experiment with dishes. Can I channelize my anger energy by indulging in cooking? Would it not put negative energy in food that we will consume? It is possible that it can put, Taya. It will put, because whatever said and done, your thought currents get stored in that. And second of all, whenever we are angry, we also tend to eat to, it has become almost like a pattern where human beings tend to eat more when we are tired, when we are bored, when we are depressed, when we are angry. So during this, when you are extremely angry, do not do anything related to food, because one, as you mentioned, yes, your thought current gets stored in the food, as well as it will again make you overeat. I know you're only asked for cooking, but it may lead to that. But if you focus on being more like doing like a physical workout, yoga, something that will help you, as it's an intense energy, do something that's like heavy workout, which will immediately help your body further and help channelize the energy to grow your muscles. Few times when you start doing that again and again, it will help you further to grow yourself. Are you understanding? See, one more important thing, the difference between you normally doing it without this powerful cognition and doing it with the powerful cognition is, when you know and you do it because this is the powerful cognition, this is what Swamiji has told me, you will see that pattern will start losing its power over you because you're consciously taking that decision.
Also, one other thing, Lita Sege, you're asking if if the kids misbehave and if we are disciplining them as parents, does it add karma to us? See, again, it's not about the action. It is the thought current from which you do the action. If your action that you do, if it is driven from the thought current of anger, it creates a karma chakra. So it's like this. I'll give you another analogy. It's like you're standing. Have you seen these punch bags for the boxing and all? They'll practice, no? So if you hit it, it is going to go and come back on you, right? Which means the moment you initiate the first action, by the time if it comes back and you don't do the second action of punching it back again, it is going to hit your face. So as long as you're standing there, You're bound to keep on hitting it, hitting it, hitting it, so that you can. First time you started simply as a game, you punch it once, but it is going to go and come back and hit on your face if you don't punch it the second time. That is exactly what is karma chakra. So till you try to keep hitting it, hitting it, hitting it, so that you can stay safe, that becomes a pattern. The solution is not to stop hitting, or the solution is not to continue hitting. When you break yourself free from the karma chakra, literally means just moving out of that place. That's all. Discard that whole action, inaction, both. Neither action is karma, sorry, neither is action going to liberate you, nor is inaction going to liberate you. Both are karma. Completing and getting rid of that is going to liberate you. Malita Sege, you should measure it based on the thought currents you have. What thought current? Are you doing it out of anger, or are you doing it out of consent to discipline? If it is consent that you're doing it out of, then you can be sure it is not giving any karma.
But the thing is that gap where we are able to clearly see is slightly tricky. So you should be very careful. That's why doing completion is very important. Swamiji has a program for this, which is called as the end parenting, where the parents are trained to operate from completion to give the best life for children. The best would be, you can, to immediately start off with, you can enroll your kids in e-Gurukul, which would help them, and through your e-Gurukul, even you will learn. So it'll help both ways.
Asking, will karmas be elevated? Of course, you're in the right place at the right time with the right person, Swamiji. So today, in the darshan, Swamiji liberates us from any thought patterns that you are stuck with. All the karma, any thought currents, thought patterns you are stuck with, Swamiji will himself liberate you from those. Understanding, huh? So any thought patterns, thought currents you are stuck with, today during the darshan, just connect to Swamiji, pray to Swamiji and ask. Swamiji himself will liberate you. All right. I think we've had an elaborate session on understanding. Now, let us enter into the power manifestation session. In the next round of power manifestation, not this round, in the next round, we're going to be doing a very, very interesting power of uh, it's a very cool one of going beyond sleep and getting sleep and breaking sleep whenever you want. In this round, we are going to be manifesting the power of kamacharitvam. So I request you all to do one more time the same thing that we did in the last round, where you're going to connect to a partner and you're going to describe the temperature, the ambience, the experience in another place. So if Ma Vimala is connecting to Ma Priyatma Swarupini, you're going to be describing the temperature in her house, you're going to be describing the kind of smell, the fragrance, everything from the other place. Please connect to a partner. Let's all sincerely do this manifestation.
Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam. 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 Mahamahavaagya, spiritual lullaby for samadhi, and Suprabhatam, wake up call, wake up song for Paramashiva. This Mahamahavaagya is spiritual lullaby for you to fall into samadhi. Suprabhatam, wake up song for Paramashiva to wake up in you. Just remember this one powerful cognition. This Mahamahavaagya puts me in samadhi. This is spiritual lullaby for samadhi. And Suprabhatam, wake up song for Paramashiva in me. For Paramashiva to manifest. With this one spiritual powerful cognition, chant this Mahamahavaagya. Mahamahavaagya, spiritual lullaby for samadhi. And Suprabhatam, wake up call, wake up song for Paramashiva. For Paramashiva to manifest. With this one spiritual powerful cognition, chant this Mahamahavaagya. Om Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Now, as all of you are manifesting, we will be entering into the next session of the day today. Now, we all understood about what is karma, right? What exactly is karma and the difference understandings about karma as being the thought current that we are stuck at. Now, we are going to be understanding the difference between what is karma and what is dharma, the relationship between karma and dharma. Let us now listen to the revelations from Swamiji.
If somebody tries to attack you, what will you do? Naturally, you will defend yourself. Do you need a special spiritual practice for it? Do you need a special understanding? Whether you know the technique or not, method or not, system or not, by the very existence, your life will defend you. Because you don't want to be killed, you not killing others is Dhamma. Please understand. Because you don't want to be killed, you not killing others. That is ahimsa. Whatever you don't want to be done to you, you not doing to others. Same way, your properties. Naturally, you don't want that to be stolen. So you not stealing others' property is asteya. Naturally, you don't want anybody to lie to you. You not lying to others is satya. Whether you are a man or woman, naturally you don't want anybody's physical interference in your life. Uninformed and uninvited physical interference in your life. Doing the same to others. Not interfering into others' physical space, uninformed and uninvited, is brahmacharya. See very clearly, Dhamma is nothing but just these few basic truths. You don't want to be killed, so don't kill others. You don't want to be lied, don't lie to others. You don't want to be robbed, don't rob others. You don't want to be exploited, don't exploit others. You don't want others to live with all the resources of the world. So you don't do that same. Aparigraha. Please understand, asteya, aparigraha, brahmacharya, satya, ahimsa, non-violence, truthfulness, non-stealing, not robbing the resources of the world, and non-interference in others' physical plane. Please listen. Do you need any special spiritual practice or understanding to live these principles? No. See, when somebody attacks you, do you need a special spiritual understanding? Or just you have to read some books and do some spiritual practice to defend you? See, whether you are able to defend yourself or not is separate. Whether you are successful or not is separate. But even a worm, ant, raises its hood and tries to defend itself. Understand, you defending your existence, you defending your life, you defending your identity, you defending what you think as you, is natural. Do the same thing to others. That is what is natural flow of life. Understand, Dhamma is always non-controversial. Please listen. Anything other than Dharma, anything other than Dhamma, always will leave some incompletion in you, some controversy in you. Dhamma is the one and only non-controversial flow of life, flow of existence. All judgments lead to more and more arguments, appeal. But all the solutions based on Dhamma leaves both sides complete. Please listen. Because Dhamma is the natural law of life, natural existence of life. Dhamma does not need any special spiritual practice, special spiritual understanding. It is just established on one truth. What you don't want to be done to you, don't do it to others. That's all. Listen. Come to the space of listening. If somebody tries to attack you and you defending yourself is the natural law of life, Dhamma. Same way, you not attacking others, harming others is good karma. Knowing you harming others is bad karma. That's all. Understand? Whatever is your natural flow is Dhamma. You not doing that to others is karma. Listen. Listen. You understanding, you will protect you when somebody tries to attack you is Dhamma, natural law of life. You doing the same thing to others by not attacking is right karma. Attacking is wrong karma. That's all. A simple flow of life is Dharma and karma. Listen. Anything you create anything you do, anything you mull over, anything you try to digest, anything you try to practice is not natural law of life. If at all you have to practice something, that is only one completion, that's all. Only one you need to practice completion, means getting back to your natural space, your original space. Other than completion, nothing else need to be practiced. Simply you know the law of life. Listen, listen. Understanding the cosmic flow of life, like karma, naturally takes its own course of life. Listen to every truth I am revealing. Understanding the natural flow of life means knowing people who harm you will get their karma back. People who support you will get their punya back. If you do something wrong, you get the karma. If you do something wrong but you raise your consciousness, you can save yourself from the karma coming back. Understanding these few basic principles takes away tiredness, boredom, decision fatigue from your head. Listen, decision fatigue is nothing but cherished revenge and frustration by coming to a conclusion, world is not fair. Listen, when you feel world is not fair, you block the flow of energy through you. You block your Shakti. You fall into frustration. Naturally, that leads to decision fatigue. Understanding world is just dharmic. Having simple eyes to see how the karma comes back, how nobody can escape from good or bad. Understanding this basic truth takes away all decision fatigue, frustration, anger about life, vengeance you cherish about people and life, known, unknown, all that just taken away. You become a free channel for energy to flow. Listen. Knowing whether human society or world, nature,
everything known and unknown flows as per Dharma. I tell you guys, it is this clarity, just because of this clarity, karma naturally goes back to people. I don't initiate new karma. See, listen carefully. This is one of the biggest confusion, all those so-called logical brains. People try to tell, maybe, see, when I tell them, hey, don't kill the goat and eat, next Janma, the goat will come as a human being and kill you and eat. They say, maybe Swamiji, last Janma, the goat killed me and ate. That is why now I am killing the goat and eating. Stop initiating new karma. Then your Kundalini will be awakened. You will have the Shakti to see the flow of whole life. Stop this idiotic justification for initiating new karma. Listen carefully. When I realized the flow of dharma and flow of karma, I stopped initiating new karma chakra or the karmic chains that has brought so much energy in me. So much energy, I tell you. Every time I start having larger visualization, larger plans, larger work. Every time when people try to hit me, persecute me, I flare up and become larger than their imagination. Secret of my energy is knowing the karma flow and dharma flow. I just know you don't need to initiate anything to take revenge on people. Initiate, focus everything to protect you and creatively contributing. That's all. You protect yourself, for that you can do everything. And go on contributing creatively. Even when I give a simple hug, it is absolutely creative. I just want to lubricate that being's inner space with my love and compassion and acceptance, so it can flower into a beautiful, powerful being. Same way when I scream, I just carve that being to become a god in every level. I stop just with these two. Maximum I protect myself and I go on contributing creatively, because I am assured inside me experientially about the flow of the dharma, flow of the karma. I do not have a cherished vengeance, cherished anger, cherished violence. All of you should know. You may not have cherished anger towards one person, but you may have a whole against the whole system. You may have a cherished anger and violence against the whole humanity, against the whole economical system, against the whole currency system. When you cherish the anger against the whole system, or the organization you are working for, or the career you are doing, or the clients you are having, you may have anger towards the whole system. Even that gets you decision fatigue. When you cherish anger towards one person, it's called vengeance. When you cherish anger towards unknown system, it's called frustration.
Please understand, your arrogance which makes you believe you can manage the natural law of life itself is called karma. Your arrogance which gives you the belief you can manage the natural law of life is karma. Authenticity is natural law of life. You can never manipulate it. You can never manage it. Only you can be managed by authenticity. You should be managed by authenticity. Why we try to manipulate dharma, law of life? Because we feel at some part of us we cannot change. We feel it is impossible for us to transform. Some habits, some patterns, you feel you can't give up. So naturally, to convince yourself it is okay, you need to manipulate dharma. For example, if you can't live the life of a sannyasi, celibate, then just manipulate the dharma saying, okay, it's okay, this is also okay. If you are unattached and live grihastha life, that is also okay. But if you are unattached, then why are you going to live there? Now I am not saying give up the grihastha life and become a sannyasi. All I am saying is at least be very clear where you are powerful, where you are powerless. And it is not necessary you need to give up grihastha life to achieve Advaita, live Advaita. So from that context, if you say, I don't need to give up the grihastha life because that is not required for Advaita, living Advaita, then you are right. But if you say, no, without attachment, if you live there, that is also okay, then you are manipulating dharma. Please understand. If you can't get up early morning for yoga, naturally you start manipulating. No. That and all is not required for me. Just if I mentally align myself and remember God few minutes, He will immediately land on me and support what is there. Unnecessarily waking up in the early morning, bending the body this side, that side, and if I just remember, that's all, that is enough. This is manipulating dharma, understand? Actually, waking up early morning is not necessary for Advaita. It is a support, but not a compulsion to live Advaita. From that understanding, if you think, then it is okay. Listen. You may ask, what is the difference between these two thought currents? When you understand what is necessary and what is not necessary, you never fall into powerlessness. But when you think something is necessary and not able to do, you fall into powerlessness. Only the fellows who fall into powerlessness manipulate dharma. Trying to manipulate dharma is karma. Trying to manipulate dharma is karma. Understand? if you know thoroughly, you have to get up early morning for living Advaita. If you can't get up, the right thing to do is completing with the pattern you are not able to get up and making your body and mind fresh, alive for you to wake up early morning. That is the Dharma. But unfortunately, if you learn to manipulate even one step of Dharma with the wrong reason, I tell you, after that Dharma can never enter into your life. Because you know how to manipulate every rule. Just one simple understanding. Integrity with the time. For living Advaita, integrity with the time is necessary. That is not option. If you tell 6:30 you will be there, you have to be there, or you have to inform them ahead, at least before 6:29, that you will not be there at 6:30. So integrity with the time is a compulsory for living Advaita. But when you can't maintain this integrity with the time, and you start manipulating within you and without you, means inside you and outside you, both. No, that and all is for initial level people, not for everyone. That is not required. It's okay. Once you manipulate yourself, convince yourself that integrity with the time is not required, the moment you convince yourself, be very clear, you entered into the pattern of karma. After that, within 3-4 months, you will convince yourself with all types of manipulation, authenticity is not required for you. You will convince yourself non-violence and cruelty-free lifestyle is not required for you. The ability to manipulate Dharma, the mental setup of manipulating Dharma, I tell you, that is the most dangerous pit a human being can fall. That's the most dangerous drainage a human being can fall. I tell you, I have to look at the stark reality. Even if a single person who does not manipulate Dharma, who lives what he knows as right, is enough for me to run my Sangha. Just one person. I am searching just for those 1 or 2 persons who does not manipulate Dharma. Please understand. Lives what he knows is Dharma. Does not use different words, theories, theologies, concepts to manipulate it. I am searching just for those 1 or 2 diamonds. Of course, I wanted to make millions of people. I wanted to make is different, but still I have not got even one is the truth. Who does not manipulate Dharma in his thinking. There is no blind spot in his thinking. If he knows right, he does it. If he does not know, he knows it is not required. If he does not get up in the morning and come for yoga, he knows it is not required. If he knows it is required, he is not inefficient or there is no impossibility. That is what I call no blind spot, no manipulation.
of the principles. It is unfortunate. One of the very important Hindu guru telling publicly is searching for one person who does not manipulate the dharma. Understand? The scale I set also need to be looked in. Its highest standard. Anyone who lives in his life without manipulating even one step of dharma lives enlightenment. The pattern of manipulating and compromising with the life of Advaita is karma. The pattern of coherently vibrating with the Advaitic thinking, being in sync, synergetic with Advaitic thinking is what I call dharma. Who knows the dharma and do not compromise, do not manipulate it, lives enlightenment. Sit and think through your whole life. Let your whole life be aligned with dharma. Whatever species exists on the planet Earth, they all have a right over the planet Earth just like we have a right. We don't have a right to vacate them from the planet Earth just because of our whims and fancies. No. Everything you live should have the context of Advaita. Everything which has the context of Advaita should be lived by you is living enlightenment. Lifestyle of no blind spot. Every understanding from the context of Advaita has to be lived uncompromisingly. If you are made to understand this is responsibility, you have to live it. This is enriching, you have to live it. This is authenticity, you have to live it. This is integrity, you have to live it. No question of compromising. No compromising. If you are powerless somewhere to live the dharma, complete. Complete with that powerlessness. Complete with that powerlessness and raise yourself to the next level. But no question of manipulating it. If you manipulate dharma, you will never transform. You will never know where you need to complete. You will continue to be the same sewage, thinking. Outside you sprayed enough perfume, no one will have a smell. Yes, but inside you will be stinking.
Nithyanandam, Swamiji had explained to all of us about the definitions of karma and dharma. When you don't want something to happen in your life, just do not cherish it. How many of you understood the different? It's not really different, but like two separate concepts. What did each of you understand by these concepts? Can I request all the participants to please share? What did you understand when Swamiji explained to us about karma and dharma? What did you cognize as the main definitions? Take a few minutes and please post. See, all of you can ask your questions, because today, this concept of karma, when see the ideas, cognitions we carry, if they are very clear inside of us, you will see that reflecting in your life, meaning your life itself would be designed based on the cognitions that we cherish. For example, let's say you always think that, you know what, after you die, you're going to be standing in a court of God, where God is going to decide how many sins you did, how many merits you did, and based on that, your future is going to be decided then. And you think that someone is going to sit up in the sky and take a calculation of what all actions you do. Then your whole life, you would be struggling, juggling between trying to do certain actions, but it's a wrong cognition. Your entire life itself will be influenced by that. But when you understand, it's not really the actions that is getting recorded in the cosmos. It is not that someone will remember that, okay, this is what you did to this person, so this person is going to come back and give that back to you in your life. No. It's a thought currents you cherish, the thought currents that you have. That is going to be coming back to you in your life. What you do from the cognition is going to be coming back to you with that same cognition. Dharma does not need any special spiritual practice, special spiritual understanding, like what Swamiji said, right? If let's say that someone is coming and giving you one, you're not going to wait for some spiritual understanding to happen in you, some techniques to be taught to you for you to defend yourself. You first defend yourself. Like that. Dharma does not need any special spiritual practice. What you don't want to be done to you, don't do it to others. Very powerful this is. Don't do anything to others which, when done to you, will cause pain and suffering to you. Don't do unto others which, when done to you, will cause pain and suffering to you. Whatever is your natural flow is your dharma. You not doing that or allowing it to others is karma. For example, you doing for a simple thing. You feel that you need to be loved. You want people to love you. You feel loving and existing with lot of love is your natural flow of life. But when you don't give that love to another person, instead try violating another person, is karma. Anything you create, anything you do, anything you mull over, anything you try to digest, anything you try to practice is not the natural law of life. If at all you need to do one practice, what is that practice supposed to be? What did Swamiji say? That one practice that you can do. What is that one practice?
One, each of you post.
Swamiji said this one practice. You do this. What is it? Let's see how much listening everyone had in the session. Take a moment.
Only practice that Swamiji revealed that we can do is completion. That's the only thing that we can practice and build. Everything else should come as a natural flow of your life. See, by your nature, what you are, what is your natural flow of life, that is what is your dharma. That is your swadharma, the path that you should go in. By your nature, what is your natural law of life? What is the direction? What is the law of life? What is the flow of your life? That determines your karma or dharma. See, dhamma or what we say dharma, it is not about need any spiritual practice, special spiritual understanding. No. Whatever you do in your natural flow, that becomes your dharma. That is why for a kshatriya, his dharma is to rule. For a brahmana, his dharma is to enrich. Each one has their individual dharma. There is no such thing as bad happening, influencing in life. There is no such thing as some karma is past karma is happening. No. For example, when you have depression, the possibility to create a new mind is there in front of you. So it's not bad karma. The possibility of expansion is there. See, it is your arrogance which makes you believe you can manage or manipulate the natural law of life itself. Constantly, that belief where we will do whatever we want to do, we try to go against the natural flow of life, that belief, that is karma. That is what we create as karma. Understand, each moment, whenever you have been constantly going against the law of life, the natural flow of life, the dharma, you have created to yourself, you have created in yourself one of the most difficult spaces to be in. You have created yourself karma where you get stuck. If you just choose to align yourself to the natural flow of life, you will not be manipulating the dharma, the law of life, the flow of life. Okay, nice. Pavanaya has posted, Daniel Bhatyaraya has posted, Pavanaya also has posted. Each of you have posted the understandings that you have had. Come on, all the others. Sunilji, what is your understanding? Because most important is for us to understand karma and dharma. Shane Denizaya and Arjun Ravishankaraya also have posted. Great. Now, understand, whenever some situation in life is making you go against the natural law of life, understand that is creating the karma for you. Anytime when you are going as per the natural flow of life, it is not creating the karma for you. That's why people ask, Swamiji, one animal also hunts another animal and kills. It is its natural flow of life. That is not creating karma for it. That is why an animal, when it is not hungry, it will not hunt. Even if a tiger, in front of a tiger, deer will be walking, the animal will not hunt when it is not hungry. Because animals, by its nature, they follow their natural flow of life. Like Somji said, if someone convinces you as something is authentic, you should expand to that. It is your responsibility. It's your natural flow of life. That is what is your dharma. Now, sit and think through in your whole life. See where all you have for your laziness or for your personal benefit. See the different places where you have manipulated the natural flow of life. Try to change the course of your dharma. Please take a few minutes. Relax. Hope all of you have written down. Yes. Now, each of us, as all of you have written down, see, understand as a natural flow of your life, as your natural flow and law of your life, how you manifest, how you live, how you experience the reality. Every one of you that are sitting here, please understand the moment, if you just master this one secret, we all of us can master the power of having command over our emotions. How many of you here want to know the secret? How many of you here have struggled many times in this situation? Just tell me that. How many of you have had this situation where you just, sometimes you're sitting in an important meeting, suddenly your sleep just overpowers you and you just keep falling asleep, you end up missing that meeting, you end up missing that important discussion, you struggle, but you can't stay up. But sometimes you want to really fall asleep, you keep tossing around in the bed but you can't fall asleep. How many of you have had these situations? Either of the situation? Put yes in the chat.
And not just that, even when we like sleep, like even when we think we are sleeping, it's not a good quality sleep. Like sleep cycle affecting us a lot. How many of us have been through these situations?
Young is putting yes. Ma Jessica Martin is putting yes. Ma Priyatma Sarupini, Ma Indra, um, Ma Anne Marie Kasu. Okay. Okay. See, understand. Sleep is one of the biggest. Sleep, hunger, anger. These emotions are something that drives our life. Fear, greed, sleep. These are all the base emotions. But the problem is, at some point, the completion, we start feeling so guilty about our sleep. We start hating our sleep and we start feeling guilty that this whole sleep takes over us. So it is not you running them anymore, they are running you. You are not mastering your mind is mastering you. Now understand, the moment if you just cognize this one truth, if you just realize your ability to center yourself in the idea that your consciousness, you will have your whole sleep will be under your command. You will have sleep, waking up, everything completely under your command. You will not be stuck. You will not be struggling. The moment you wake up, the moment you understand, the moment you cognize, if you just realize you are Paramashiva, you will not have sleep overpowering you. Instead, you will have the power over your sleep. So, the power we are going to be manifesting now is something very, very interesting and a very beautiful power. It's a very practical power. We are going to be manifesting the power of you taking over your sleep and you controlling your sleep. The moment you just realize this, if you just understand, hey, I am not bound by my sleep. The sleep is under my control. If you understand this, you will not be stuck anymore by these patterns. We'll do a very nice one, okay? Now, I know many of you, it's your midnight time, you're already a little drowsy, sleepy. So we're going to be manifesting this power now. We're going to be doing two things. One is making yourself feel sleepy. Second is making yourself feel fresh. And all the participants, let's get ready to manifest this power. Very simple technique. And very easily you can manifest. I tell you, this is a very, very easy power which you can just manifest out of your free will. Just from your will, you can very easily manifest that reality. I'll tell you all how. See, the moment, if you just want to feel sleepy, Bring your entire awareness to your Manipuraka chakra, your navel center. Okay, how many of you are excited? How many of you want to learn this power? How many of you, this is a very practically applicable power. Anytime you want, you can make yourself feel extremely sleepy. Anytime you want, you can make yourself feel completely fresh. Yes, yes. Okay, great. Wonderful. Now listen, I'll tell you all a very simple technique. Can all of you sit straight? Listen, do not go lean on the wall. The moment I said power of manifesting, making yourself sleepy, I see people preparing with comforter, pillow, everything. See, this is only to make yourself feel sleepy, not to fall asleep, because we don't have a mechanism to wake you all up back right now. So, especially if you're having it's midnight your time, make sure you're sitting straight, you're leaving enough gap from the wall. Some people are getting nice,
Power
comfortable, and cozy.
manifestation. I think people manifest the first round of this power faster just to sleep, go to sleep, than becoming more fresh. All of you, please sit up. And it's supposed to be a power manifestation, not that you lie down, prepare yourself for sleep, and sleep comes.
Why a bright smile in so many people's faces the moment we are preparing to fall asleep? Come on, after this, waking up is also there. Okay. Now, listen very carefully. You don't need to make yourself feel sleepy. Even if you're fresh, if you just had your cup of coffee. And understand, if you're sitting straight, you can never fall asleep. If you have to fall asleep, you should always slouch. You can never sit straight and fall asleep. Try. Now, you're going to be falling asleep. You're going to be making yourself feel sleepy by sitting straight. That is a pure manifestation of power. Listen very carefully. Very simple. Now, the exact technique that you're all going to do. Do not lie down. Okay, hello, I see some participants lying down. Please sit up. You're going to sit straight. You're not going to sleep. You're going to sit straight and you're going to play with the sleep. See, if you play with the sleep and making yourself feel fresh, you will lose the respect you have for sleep. Means, right now you think, oh God, when I feel sleepy, I sleep. Whenever sleep is not there, I pray for sleep to come. It is not under my control. No, you are the boss. You are having the command of whatever is happening in your life. This one power will make you claim back your command over your sleep and waking patterns. Okay, now what you're all going to do is you're going to follow the process along. Please sit straight and you're going to be, if you want, you can help. If you want help, you can keep your hand on your navel center. See, basically, the thing is, your complete awareness should come to your Manipuraka chakra, the navel center. So, your whole awareness, everything, cognize yourself. Bring your entire awareness to your navel center. You can even put your palm on your navel center. This power will make you feel sleepy. In the first round, you're going to be making yourself feel sleepy. Please sit straight. You will suddenly start experiencing intense heat happening in your Manipuraka region. The navel center will start having intense heat happening in that region. Just close your eyes. You will start seeing that the tiredness and everything will start happening in you, and that intense heat will start happening in you. Please close your eyes. Bring your entire awareness to your Manipuraka, the navel center.
Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Intensely bring your awareness.
Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda
Focus on your navel center.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Even put your palm on navel center.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Moment you start feeling sleepy, you can post. If you feel tired, if you feel suddenly sleepy, you can post in the chat and let us know.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda.
Now you all can let me know how many of you started feeling sleepy. How many of you started actually feeling suddenly you started yawning, you started feeling sleepy? Yes, yes, yes. Actually, this is one of the most easiest things. Many people very easily manifest this. Oh God, I see so many of you have put sleepy. I don't know why so many of you get so excited with this power, but every program is one power that people feel very excited with. But also this is because it's not just the fact that it's about sleep, but it's also because we all struggle majorly with this. Now, listen very carefully. Now that you all have felt sleepy, the power is not over. You have to wake up now. See, now the same thing. All of you listen very carefully. Sit straight. Fix your gaze on the third eye. You're going to bring your complete awareness on the third eye. You don't need to change anything. Don't drink water. Don't do anything. Just as you're sleepy, just sit instead of your navel center. Now bring your awareness to your third eye. Your both the eyes should get locked. Both the eyeballs should get interlocked at the third eye. So you should not look down, you should look up to your third eye. And if you need help, you can even put Atmaling or something on your third eye so that you just feel that awareness in this. It's just to help. It doesn't change the power. Even without it, if you can just fix your gaze on the third eye. Just fix your gaze on the third eye, sit straight, and you will suddenly start experiencing your third eye will intensely vibrate. Your whole body will feel that energy circuit intensely manifesting. So you will suddenly feel, instead of tiredness, you'll feel a gush of energy that's happening in you. Sit now and manifest. You all will see how instantly the body will react, the body will change.
Yes. Jiang Fengaya, that's right. Put your awareness on your third eye. Naveen Reddy, are you also doing? You're not yet back from your first round of manifestation?
Posted, I felt drowsy and felt like my whole body swaying and waiting to fall down and sleep. Great. Okay. Now I'm not going to talk. I'm going to give you all time. Fix your gaze. Bring your entire awareness on the third eye. Experience the intense vibration, the energy reverberating in your third eye.
Wake up call, wake up song for Paramashiva. For Paramashiva to manifest. With this one spiritual powerful cognition, chant this Mahavagya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Fix your gaze at your third eye.
Nityananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nityananda Paramashivam.
Now you all can share. How many of you feel intensely that energy in the third eye region? You suddenly feel that energy manifesting, and you suddenly feel your third eye is there's some energy in the third eye region. It's a very, very powerful process actually. Just a few minutes, you will suddenly, Swamiji tells that moment that energy third eye gets activated, the whole Kundalini gushes to the third eye, and you will suddenly feel the whole body is intensely energized. And Jnana Parashakti saying third eye as 20 of Paramashiva. Yes, it's energized, manifested. Great. Very nice. So many of you have manifested. Wonderful. Ma Saroja Plush, Ma Shukrendrananda, Ma Chunil you. Great. Understand, just use this power. Any time you want to manifest anything, apply this power. Instantly you will get mastery over your sleep. So you will stop giving so much of importance to the sleep as if it is controlling your life. You will instead start taking over and controlling your life. It's a very beautiful power to manifest. And now let us all enter into the next session where we understand about karma and Kayakalpa. A very, very beautiful session. Let's listen to Swamiji's revelations.
Karma, the hangover of the past. Please listen. We always feel whenever we start anything, things are impossible because in the past we failed. But we forget why we failed in the past. We may not have had intelligence. We may not have had what all is required. Because we did not have whatever is required and we fail, does not mean we are going to fail forever. But unfortunately, illogical belief of impossibility in your inner space is karma. Illogical belief of impossibility. Please catch it. This is the Facebook statement today for all of you. Illogical belief of impossibility is karma. In your inner space, illogical belief of impossibility, when it becomes pattern, that is karma. If you build self-doubt, when you grow up, you are like Dhritarashtra. Developing self-doubt in course of growing up is accumulating the karma, agamya. Encouraging the self-hatred with which you happened is prarabdha karma, like Shaguni. Coming down to the human body with a self-denial is Sanchita Karma, like Duryodhana. Understand? Self-denial is given birth by self-doubt and nourished, nurtured by self-hatred. All impossibility is combination of these three. Being held together by self-blackmailing, Gandhari. Gandhari held all the three together. Dhritarashtra, Shaguni, Duryodhana, because she is blood relative of all three. She is the head of the family of all three. The self-blackmailing pattern. Gandhari keeps Dhritarashtra, Shaguni, Duryodhana together. If Gandhari was not there, at least Shaguni would not have stayed with Duryodhana. Dhritarashtra would not have allowed Shaguni to stay. Understand? Even in you, the constant self-blackmailing pattern. Let me define self-blackmailing pattern. If the same way things go on, then what will happen to my identity? I will become nobody. Where will I end my life? I will have to put my foot down, which forces you to put your foot down. But unfortunately, whenever you want to put your foot down, you put it in your mouth. Putting the foot down is what I call self-blackmailing pattern. You always think, no, if I don't put my foot down, it will go in a different direction, it will go in a different way. What will happen to my identity? Constantly, everywhere, you think, I'll have to be living in the same way. Understand? Nothing needs to be lived in the same way. You don't need to worry. Self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial held together by self-blackmailing pattern leads to destruction. Only in the pure, beautiful, Advaitic space, you will even understand, look beyond the self-blackmailing patterns with which you are suffering. Self-blackmailing does not need to be your lifestyle. Self-blackmailing does not need to be the way you are approaching, cognizing your life.